Please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Please be seated.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey, Bulldogs. I'm Aiden Kelly.
And I'm Carrington Andrade, and this is Code Blue.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mrs. Ginsburg. Happy birthday to you.
Happy half day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our singing.
You didn't. And I hope your teachers didn't have the volume up too high.
To continue celebrating Women's History Month, Justice Lacey went out and asked some of you Bulldogs how you guys appreciated women.
And since it's Women's History Month, I'm here to ask you a couple questions about Women's History Month. Okay. Now, how do you feel like women embrace each other today?
I feel like women embrace each other pretty well. You know, a lot on Twitter, a lot of positivity, body positivity now. It's a lot less colorism, you know, a lot more praising.
I think that women have evolved in that area. I think women tend to embrace women more so today than they ever have. However, that being said, I think there's still room for improvement.
I feel like we've united so much more than a long time ago. We've come together as a group. We've supported each other through everything with LGBTQ and, with women's rights and just about anything. We've come together as a whole.
My second question is, what do you wish people knew about being a woman?
That it's not as easy as it looks.
It's a struggle. Yes, to look cute every day like me, like duh, it's a struggle.
There's an extra step you have to take. You have to text your friend where you're going before you go to that certain place and be very cautious of those who you're surrounded by.
To be a woman takes a very specific kind of grace and toughness that you have to put on for everyone, but also taking a lot of care of yourself and being able that you're able to handle yourself.
Carrington, I see you behind there. Hey girl, you're looking real cute. Ooh, look at the edges. Okay, like that.
The challenges never end when you're a woman. It's always challenging on many levels.
So Justice isn't here right now, but I'm Lauren.
I'm Ella.
Happy National Women's Month, and back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Justice. Yesterday, Ms. McCann and a group of students went to their first annual Connexions conference at Sutton High School. It was a social justice focused conference where students attended various seminars on topics relating to race, LGBTQ, bias, privilege, and more. They learned a lot yesterday and hope to apply what they learned to our community here in Holbrook. Here are some of the students sharing their thoughts after the conference.
Hey guys, so we are on our way back to school after the Connexions conference. I see Dallas is filming me. Hey Dallas. I'm gonna check in with some people and see what people learned today.
Hey guys, so today I learned in the summit that sometimes we can be unconscious of what's going on with other people's lives because we're so focused on our lives. So just focusing on that, let's open up to everybody's problems so they can help us out also as well. Thank you.
So what I learned in this conference, the Connection Conference, is that class matters and people really do look at class as like a huge deal, and that should definitely not be okay.
So I attended a conference in which we were taught how to be an ally for transgender people, and what was stressed really was that in the end you're who you can rely on and you'll always be there for yourself, and you should be able to choose how you want to express yourself, and if that's the right gender identity, whatever, you should never be afraid of being judged because of that.
Okay, so I just want to share with you guys a quote that I liked from today. It's biology is not your destiny. So basically, the gender that you're born with doesn't necessarily mean that's what you have to be. So just be you.
Hey guys, so at Con today, I learned that athletes can't have as much on their plate because they have a lot of pressure put on them, and sometimes you need to know for your mental health's sake that enough's enough.
Hey, what's goody? It's your boy Amar, Jr. We just got back from the conference. I learned about Black Power and how African Americans influenced America in a great way and how it is brought up today in a much powerful way. And I just can't wait to learn more about it once we head back to Oakland.
Hi, it's Marissa, and I think it's important to share that no matter how someone's pronouns change, whether they're transgender, genderqueer, or non-binary, they don't change as a person, they're just becoming the person who they've always been meant to be.
Now, Ms. McCann, let me just give you a little lesson here in video. So, this, no bueno. This, muy bien. Hold it vertical, not vertical, horizontal. But Ms. McCann, thank you, and thank you to all the social justice warriors out there.
Spring sports start Tuesday, March 19th. Be sure to sign up on Family ID. This is mandatory if you want to play this spring. Today is the last day to sign up for track and the field team. Practice starts on Tuesday after school on the track.
Any students who consider themselves athletes should consider signing up.
There are 16 different events to choose from, including short sprints, long runs, hurdles, javelin throw, shot put, high jump, and long jump.
No experience is necessary, and we will have a separate middle school team to teach the basics of each event. And this is our first year with a beautiful new track facility, and most of our competitions will be hosted here. I think like almost only 2 of them aren't.
Winter athletes should have their team lockers cleaned out by Friday, as well as uniforms turned in to their coach or Mr. K. Softball tryouts will begin Tuesday at 2:30. To try out, you must register on Family ID. All girls trying out should be prepared to either be inside or outside. This means bring both sneakers and cleats, and to bring warm clothes just in case we are outside.
And now, let's see why we don't have banners in the gymnasium with Angela Rossi.
School's gym is new and improved compared to the old gym, but it feels kind of empty. As some of you already know, the sports banners aren't hanging anywhere in the gym, not on the ceiling, the walls, or anywhere in the school, actually. Where do they go? Well, the short answer is pretty straightforward. According to Athletic Director Mr. Case, the banners are in the central office, but why are they just sitting there? Why haven't they been hung up yet? Mr. Bolger explains why.
So there, if you look up in here, we have a lot of devices up in the rafters here. A lot of stuff is mobile. The basketball hoops go up and down. Motion sensors on the lights. We have a sprinkler system. We have all kinds of new things that we didn't have in the old building that didn't affect the banners. There's really no way to suspend them from the ceiling anymore. We plan, I believe what the plan is going to be, and I don't really have the full control over this, is I think moving forward we're going to get one banner for each sport and put the years on it. This is something that's going to have to be decided through the policy committee on the school committee. It's not up to me. We're probably going to have to hang them on the wall, the upper wall, probably between the windows on both sides. So I think the best use of the space, knowing that we can't hang them from the rafters anymore, will be in those spaces on the wall. So it's probably going to be individual teams, and then the year will be listed.
Hopefully, we'll see some newer banners hanging in the gym in the next few years. That was sports. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Andrew.
In more sports news, the class of 2020 held what we hoped to be the first annual guys volleyball tournament. The freshmen and the sophomores put a big, mediocre fight, but the juniors and the seniors prevailed. Team MVPs were for the underclassmen were Joe McLaughlin, and the upperclassman was Zach Duzan. Sorry if I said your name wrong. A special thank you to Mr. Espy and Donovan for participating. Line judges were Ms. Freo and Ms. Lapierre, and coaches were Ms. Grant and Ms. Toyo. Attention freshmen, don't forget to sell your pastries and cookie dough. Forms are due back on Monday. Let's let Ms. G. Does that say?
Giannigan?
I'm terrible with names,
Giannigan?
as many as you know.
I'm not sure what that is.
Now, if you have any questions, look at this. Look at this. Well, we don't actually have it. I'm just going to stop. You can go.
So we have 1 week left in our Pennies for Patients campaign. Please donate your coins and dollars to Leukemia and Lymphoma Society to help cure blood cancer.
You can donate in your English classrooms as well as online studentseries.org.
There's an up-and-coming school to careers field trip for juniors and seniors to Norwood Hospital for students interested in a wide variety of medical fields, including imaging, OT, and PT.
Please check your email for a Google form to complete if you are interested in participating, and complete the form today.
Let's check in with George Starr to hear about State Senator John Keenan's visit to Holbrook.
Hello everyone, I'm George Starr. According to many, vaping is the new smoking, and it's become extremely popular throughout the country. The popular nicotine product is designed for adults who are trying to quit smoking. Flavoring in tobacco and vape have become popular among the youth, including underage students. State Senator John Keenan visited Holbrook to discuss his plans to change the exploding popularity of flavored vape products.
We met with the Civics Club last week, and we're forming a partnership with them. We're relying on them to give us some guidance because they've been through this at the local level.
As a team, we have been able to pass restrictions in Holbrook and Stoughton and in Weymouth. We work very hard to push this, and we feel like this is a really big problem in our society and in even our small community because lots of teenagers are getting addicted to these products, and we're trying to put to an end.
These products are very, very dangerous. And there's a sense out there that they're not. There's a sense that they're just these cool things that sometimes don't have nicotine in them, and what's the harm if my child wants to use it? They are harmful, and your child is being targeted.
Senator Keenan has recently met with me and other students to get this flavor restriction within Massachusetts as a whole. He recently tweeted that he would like us to be the student face of said movement.
The legislation would ban the sale of flavored tobacco products across the entire state. We are involved in over 6,000 bills. So how do you draw our attention to a very important piece of legislation? You bring in the people who are going to be impacted. Young people can have an enormous impact, and we need them on this legislation. So we're going to be working with students here in Holbrook and other areas of my Senate district in Braintree, Rockland, Abington, and Quincy. And our hope is that with Holbrook and others, that they'll become leaders across the state, and in some cases they're already leaders across the country. So what I'd like to say to them is thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for being willing to step up and to help other communities address this problem and to help other students step up as well.
Thank you, Senator Keenan, for representing the community and the students of Holbrook. We will continue to follow up on this story as it develops in the future. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, George.
Members of the high school classes should be aware that they must pay their class dues. Class dues go directly into your class account and are used for events and activities for your class. Freshman class dues are $10, sophomore class dues are $15, junior year is $20, and senior year is $25.
This year, for the first time, you can pay your class dues online. You can do this simply by going to unipaygold.unibank.com. Please be sure to fill out the information completely so your payment is applied appropriately.
If you do not wish to pay online, you can bring your dues to your class advisor. For class 2019, Ms. Grant, 2020, Ms. Gallagher, 2021, Ms. Pallone, and 2022, Mrs. Giganin. Payment can be made by check made out to Holbrook Middle High School or in cash. If you have any questions, see your email in your class advisors.
Class dues must be paid in full in order to participate in the end-of-the-year field trips, attend the prom, and participate in senior activities. Now let's take a look at the political scene leading up to the 2020 elections with Politics with Kev.
Amy Klobuchar, John Delaney, Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders, an insane amount of politicians are running for president. I plan to go through them all on my new segment, Politics with Kev. From Howard Schultz to Elizabeth Warren to the president himself. And we will be branching into other areas of politics. Have a favorite candidate who you want me to report on first? You can vote for the first candidate you would like us to report on with this link that's being sent to your email right now, hopefully, if nothing went wrong.
Thank you, Kev. And now let's see what you didn't know with Chuck LaRossi.
Did you know that the Appalachian Trail goes for 2,200 miles and it goes through 12 states? Man, that's really interesting. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Chuck LaRossi.
Now we have a new segment made by our Extended Code Blue family from HCAM, Day in History.
Here! Who do you want, huh? Who do you want, huh? Yeah!
Oh no, Caesar, I don't like you. I stab you now! Oh! Take it. Et tu brute. Oh!
Thank you, Savannah and Natalie.
The Culture Fair is today from 5 to 7 p.m. in the cafeteria. Admission is free, and there will be food from all over the world to sample. Music and dancing from different cultures and presentations about the various cultures represented in our school. Please come by to engage with your classmates, eat good food, and have some fun. And now, for another installment of Chadwell Time.
I'm here with Rebecca, and this is the talent show. Rebecca, show us what you got. What you got?
Ugly faces and a cartwheel.
Okay, show us the ugly faces first.
Okay, now for the cartwheel.
Right. Markel, what you got?
I can dance.
Show me something. Show me something. Whoa.
Hey, yeah. Hey. All right, that's it. That's it. That's it.
I think I could top you though. Low key.
Let me see something. Let me see something.
For all my fans out there. And my talent is making all you beautiful people smile. That's when you were supposed to laugh.
Okay, my talent is handstand. Let's see if I can do it right. I can't wait. Hold on, wait. Okay.
Go. Yes, she did it. Yes, she did it. All right, go back. The doctrine right here.
The only doctrine.
Let me hear some bars real quick.
You gotta throw me a little beat, man. Something juicy. Something juicy for the people, boys. Yeah, chillin' with the Chadwell time. It's okay, cause I'm about to bust a big rhyme. Yeah, my man got the polo sweater shirt, and it's okay, man, cause you know we make it work. Yeah, over here we show love. Bulldog Academy man is only wearing Uggs. Got the different things when he drop a sick beat. When I go ahead moving, cause we is moving happy feet. I got lots of different things, cause we eating all of our beats. Dude, you just dropped that, dude?
Hold up, you want that flashy?
Tune in next week for the latest episode of Chadwell Time.
Thanks, Jason. And now let's find out who won Senior Superlatives. So for Class Clown, it was Jason Chadwell and Sarah Healy.
For Most Athletic, it was Jeremiah King and Caroline Curtis. Congratulations.
Best Laugh was Markenla Gentis and Taina Tevenen.
Class Devil was Adam Darsh and Ariana Doring.
Most likely to get into Hollywood was Aiden Kelly and Michaela Spinola.
Most likely to get upset over not getting a superlative was John Kenny and also Michaela Spinola, but you already got one, so.
Worst case of senioritis is Julian Romero and Madison Keegan.
You have to be here in order to have senioritis. Most artistic, Shane Lemieux and Anna Galvio. Sorry if I said your name wrong. I'm not really good at that.
Most likely to get away with anything is Rasai Banks Lee and Caitlin Andrews.
Best Smile is Markenla Gentis and Carrington Andrade.
And most musical was Thomas Denny and Haley Manning.
Class Gossip is Julian Romero and Tiana, do you know?
Taina Tevenen.
Oh, Taina Tevenen, thank you.
Class Gossip is Julian Romero and Taina Tevenen.
Class Angel is Thomas Gosk and Jessica Kierzik.
And most likely to succeed is Jeremiah King and Sarah Ryan.
Page 2. Best Hair, Markenla Gentis and Natalie Pimentel.
Mr. and Mrs. Holbrook High is Jason Chadwell and Caitlin Andrews.
Most likely to get caught texting in class is Adam Darsh and Faina
Etienne.
Best
Bromance is Brandon Moses and Jason Chadwell.
Best Friends is Brianna Krantz and Amanda McKay. And speaking of Amanda McKay, I'd like to wish her a very happy birthday today.
And that's all for us here today. I'm Carrington Andrade.
And I'm Aiden Kelly. See you next Friday.